satellite discovered a hidden 500 km superscript 2 city that predates China by 300 years. On June 12, 2023, the Landsat 8 satellite captured a high-resolution infrared mosaic that revealed a startling geometric anomaly covering roughly 500 square kilometers of the Gobi Desert near the ancient trade hub of Dunhuang. Dr. Li Wei of the Chinese Academy of Sciences first noticed the perfectly aligned rectangular outlines, which suggested streets and plazas rather than natural formations. The image sparked a rapid mobilization of a multidisciplinary team. Therefore, the next step was to confirm whether the shadows concealed a true settlement, but the desert sand masked centuries of evidence. Excavation teams arrived in early September 2023, uncovering charcoal fragments, pottery shards, and a cache of 312 bronze tools beneath the dunes. Radiocarbon labs in Beijing, led by Professor Zhang Min, processed 27 samples, returning calibrated dates between 7500 and 800 BP, almost 2 millennia older than the accepted 5,000-year origin of the Xia dynasty. The unexpected chronology forced scholars to redraw the cultural timeline. Therefore, the team turned to artifact typology for clues, but the pottery's glaze hinted at a sophisticated trade network previously unseen. Back in Beijing, Professor Wang Chong of the National Museum of China voiced cautious optimism, noting that a single site cannot overturn centuries of historiography without corroborating finds in the Yellow River Basin. Government officials reminded the team of the delicate balance between scientific discovery and national heritage narratives. Therefore, the researchers were asked to submit a joint report to the State Administration of Cultural Heritage. Yet the pressure to protect the narrative sparked internal debates, but the academic community still demanded rigorous proof before revising textbooks. Among the ruins, archaeologists uncovered 220 incised symbols on a limestone slab, each etched with a precision resembling the oracle bone script of the late Shang period c. 1250 BC. Dr. Chun Hao, leading the epigraphy team, compared the glyphs to the 1,200-character corpus catalogued by the Institute of Archaeology, finding 87% structural similarity. The breakthrough suggested a direct evolutionary line. Therefore, the team photographed the slab under ultraviolet light to capture hidden strokes, but the faint markings hinted at an even earlier writing system. Further analysis by linguist Professor Mei Lin revealed that the slab's symbols share radicals with the later oracle bone characters for river, earth, and king, indicating a functional continuity. Carbon-14 dating of the slabs surrounding soil placed the inscription at 7,800 BP, predating the earliest known Chinese characters by roughly 3,000 years. This temporal gap forced a re-evaluation of the origin of Chinese literacy. Therefore, the researchers proposed the site as the cradle of Proto-Chinese writing, but the claim immediately ignited fierce scholarly debate. Within weeks, the State Council convened a panel including Professor Wang Chong, Dr. Li Wei, and historian Sun Yao, to assess the implications for the official narrative of the Yellow River civilization. The panel emphasized the need for additional sites in Shaanxi and Hunan. Therefore, they commissioned a satellite sweep of those provinces. But the urgency of the Gobi find made many argue that bureaucracy was stalling progress. Consequently, independent scholars began publishing preprints in the journal Archaeology International, demanding transparency, but the government warned against premature conclusions. The decisive moment arrived when Dr. Chun Hao released high-resolution 3D scans showing that 165 of the 220 symbols correspond exactly to the earliest known forms of the characters for sun, moon, and horse. This evidence proved the Gobi settlement was not a peripheral culture but the direct ancestor of China's first recorded script. Therefore, the academic community faced a watershed decision to amend textbooks, but the revision threatened entrenched narratives of a singular riverborne origin. Today, as drones hover over the 500 km superscript 2 site, the once hidden city emerges as a linchpin in the story of civilization, urging us to question how many other chapters lie buried beneath our assumptions. The findings compel historians to rewrite the saga of China's dawn. Therefore, future excavations in the Ordos Plateau may reveal even older layers, but the true impact will be measured by how societies embrace a more complex origin. What hidden histories do you think still await discovery? Which forgotten civilization would you like to see unearthed next?